All right, there we go. We should be live. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? And I realized last night I had my filter on, didn't I? Oh my god. I had my delay filter thingy on for my face. So my mouth was out of sync the whole time, I think. So how's everybody doing? Sorry I'm a bit late. I had to write a well thought out counter to this fanboy's slash, I don't know what you would call it. This is something new. It's like a it's a very nuanced sort of the fanboy. It's like a subset of fanboy. It's like there's fanboys now that exist because of their financial investment in something's existence, because of YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. And so, wow, that's a large queue. So they still haven't fixed that issue yet. So I was here, let me show you. I was looking at some videos while setting up, and I was like, all right, hold on. Let me get if I realized the queue was going to be so big, because last time I logged on earlier this morning and the queue was only like a couple hundred. If I realized the queue was going to be so big, I would have tried to log on much earlier. I would have did it while I was typing out this post. So that's unfortunate. Bring the cat. I can't because I'm not looking at the screen right now, cloudy, so it won't work. So take a look at this. Well, you don't have to look at it. I'll just explain. So there's this particular YouTuber. I'm not going to call him out or anything like that. That's not what I do. I found his channel back when I was looking into Pokemon Sword and Shield and whether or not I wanted to buy it. Like, really going through a lot of heartache on deciding whether or not I should buy this game. Dude, this guy's videos were ones that I just dismissed out of hand. I watched like 2 or 3 videos about the Pokemon. I was like, all right, I can't watch this dude's videos. But his channel is fairly popular, so his videos would keep creeping back up, right? Because this dude is a super fanboy of Pokemon. I mean, he made every excuse he could possibly make for Pokemon Sword and Shield before it came out. And then every excuse he could possibly make for them after it came out. Pokemon Sword and Shield is a heartless cash grab. That's what Pokemon, the franchise, is. I hadn't played it since Red and Blue. And I was really looking forward to playing the first console Pokemon. The real first console Pokemon. I liked Red and Blue more than I liked Sword and Shield. Yeah. Sword and Shield was a cheap-ass cash grab made by the richest gaming franchise on the planet. And keep in mind, games like God of War for the PlayStation. That's a first-party fucking game from the PlayStation. Look at the amount of effort that was put into that game. It's undeniable. The amount of effort put into that. And look at fucking Pokemon, dude. That Pokemon company has way fucking more money than they had to produce God of War. They just don't spend it. They just make the cheapest most ass-cuttingest corner game they can, which is finally why they started cutting Pokemon from the Pokédex. Because they're just cheap little fucks who are trying to take people's money. That's Pokemon Sword and Shield. I mean, maybe it was better than some games that came before it. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been playing the franchise the whole time. But I know I was blown away by how mobile feeling that game was. It felt like a mobile game through and through. with a couple fancy combat animations when it came to like explosions and stuff like that. Other than that, that was it. All the other animations were your character like becomes this rigid rock and then kind of just floats up into the air and then teleports over to your opponent, and then this rigid rock like thing just kind of like falls down, and then the Pokemon that it hits just flattens and then unflattens, and then it kind of teleports back up, teleports back, and then comes back down. And it's like, what the hell's that? Like this, let me show you. I think it was called Body Slam. Let me show you the animation for Body Slam. This is probably gonna get a laugh here. Copy image. All right. Resize this canvas. We need this canvas to be a bit bigger here. That's good enough. All right. That's going to be your opponent. Now check this out. I am going to, in real time, create the animation for a Snorlax Body Slam. I am not a 3D animator, professional, anything person. All right, here we go. Blah, blah, blah uses Body Slam. And Pokemon Sword and Shield. That's not even like an understatement. Like, that's exactly what it looks like. This is coming from, like I said, the biggest gaming franchise financially has made more money than any gaming franchise on the fucking planet. Yeah, Pokemon Stadium, exactly. At some point, the company became soulless. It became like an EA style sort of company. But they never had to add microtransactions because they always sold their games 4 times. They'd make a new game and then they'd sell it 4 times to the same person. So, you know, that was fine. So, this is coming. So, I kind of went off on a little tangent about how much Pokemon Sword and Shield was just like really soulless. I was really expecting some charming, fun, and innovative, very different style game from what I experienced when I was a kid playing the original Pokemon games. No, it was the exact opposite, bro. He's like, you're good at PowerPoint. Oh, man. This Q thing, though, man, this has to go. This needs to be fixed. I'll explain here what my criticism of this game are in a minute. So, here's the thing. This guy was making every excuse under the damn, and he could possibly think of the most absurd excuses he could possibly think of to try to defend Pokemon Sword and Shield. So I was looking up today trying to find out. I wanted to find out a couple of things before I started streaming today. I wanted to look into the new. I wanted to look into the breeding system. I didn't want to just like go into it like I did in Pokemon Sword and Shield. I wanted to have a little bit more understanding about it. So I looked into that. And I also looked for any kind of like beginning in the game tips. Like if anyone had any tips for like really early on in the game. Like, because they normally cover things that aren't spoilers, but at the same time let you know about mechanics that you might not know about that are important to adding a lot of depth or sometimes it talks about stuff that is just completely missable, things like that. I looked at like 2 tips videos. They didn't say anything I didn't already know. And I looked at one breeding video. Whew. This game's breeding system is trash. It is bad. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe when I get to it. I mean, this person was defending the breeding system when they were explaining it. A video that I had watched. This is a different video. Life is for ranting. This is rant inducing right here, bro. This is bad. I really hope that they're throwing every damn cent that they made off of this game into buying some damn servers as fast as possible and getting them up and running, because this is fucking stupid. And this one of my number one criticism of this game is that it's online fucking only. I have yet to see a single fucking mechanic in this game that makes it so that you wouldn't be able to progress through the story without being online. This game needs to be offline, just like Pokemon Sword and Shield, but you could choose to be online. Unless there's some kind of mechanic in the game that requires you be online, I can't fucking, like at all times, I don't fucking understand it. And like I said, PvP and all that shit don't count, because there's not like, as far as I've seen, there's not PvP areas like that you have to progress through. So that's my number one criticism of this game. That is a stupid decision by this company. And on top of that stupid decision, they added the fact that there was no fucking pre-orders for this game. The game was available for purchase the second it released. That is insane nonsense. This is an indie game that is fucking online only, that is trying to butt into the most popular, most successful gaming franchise ever. If there's even a fucking chance that your game might go semi-viral, then you need to have some way to measure what you need, how many servers and shit like that you need to run your game. You just have to. So the combination of it being only online for some inconceivable fucking reason, and it not having pre-orders, means I think they only thought like a couple thousand people would buy the game or some shit. Because the servers are fucking horrible, man. Like, I'm in this 10,000 queue line. How many people are playing this game right now? I'm going to Steam. Steam tracks this. Alright, Steam game player statistics. Well, Temtem isn't on the top 10 for fucking obvious reasons. Y'all ready for this? There are currently 31,000 people playing the game. So their fucking servers can only support 31,000-ish people. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm currently playing the game. My bad. Their servers can only support maybe 10 to 20,000. Because you gotta count me and the other 12 to 13, or what was it when I first started? 15,000 players who are in a queue. If I restart, am I going to be at number 15,000 again? Their servers can only support like 15,000 players. You should have fucking had pre-orders so you could have made a little bit of early money and gauged how much interest there was in your game and bought more fucking servers. That's some basic bitch shit when it comes to online games. That's a massive fucking problem. So that is number one biggest issue with this game. Should not be online only. And they should have fucking had pre-orders so they could gauge how much interest there was in their game. That is beyond stupid. I count as one of these people currently playing this game. Sitting in this queue. The other 9,408 players in front of me also count. So how many people are actually fucking connected to the game playing it? Because when I logged, it said 15,000. Which means that there's very likely half of the fucking players currently playing it are just in a queue. Waiting. That's unforgivable. Now, that doesn't change the fact that this dumbass fanboy for Pokemon was saying this game was a heartless cash grab. And that blew my fucking mind. It's like I said, this is the same channel. I'm not giving any names. I'm not trying to like call this guy out and get him in trouble, like get people to like pile on to this dude. Fuck this guy, right? He's delusional. Like I said, he's this kind of more nuanced fanboy where his financial success is tied into Pokemon's success. So he must defend, because he is a Pokemon only channel. And so he mindlessly defends that game as much as possible. His excuses for what the game's done is absurdly beyond, it's fucking absurdly dumb. In his criticisms of this game, 100% of them, besides the breeding criticism, can be levied right at Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's like he's reversing what Pokemon Sword and Shield did. He said this game was heartless cash grab, that it was stupid, that the battling wasn't interesting, and it was easy and generic. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I played Pokemon Sword and Shield, you fucking idiot. That was one of the easiest fucking RPGs I've ever played. And it was also one of the most boring. You just press A, and the fight's over. Like, you don't even have to fucking look at the screen most of the time. You can just do something else while pressing A, waiting for everything to fucking resolve, and you just keep picking the same move by spamming A, and then the fight's over. And that's 99% of the fights in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Pokemon Go is disappointing. This is a mobile game, dude. That's like a super mobile. That's a phone game. Now, I went ahead and wrote a little bit of a post. I didn't criticize this guy because, here, let me pull it up so I can read it to you guys. I didn't criticize this guy directly. I didn't call him out for like what I've seen him doing on his channel and shit like that. Like, it's obvious he's wearing his bias on his sleeves, man. He is a financial investment in Pokemon, and so he mindlessly defends it while attacking Temtem. Like, for instance, this is how much of a Pokemon fanboy his channel is. The dude, when you create a video you select what video your game is for. I mean, you select what game your video is for. And then in the description of that video, it has like a link to that game so you can browse it. In the description of his in the description of his Temtem review, in the description of his Temtem review, it says that this is a Pokemon video and links to Pokemon games. He makes nothing but Pokemon videos. So I think he forgot that he has to select what game it is. And so it's just stuck on Pokemon forever because he's never going to change it. Also, that could get his channel in trouble. He should not do that. You got to remember to tag your game correctly. You can do it a little bit on accident, but if you're consistently doing it wrong, then you'll get in trouble. So I replied to him. This is something to talk about. I wasn't going to talk about this much, but then we're in this unforgivably long fucking queue for this game. I said, he said, one of the things he said is these game developers had a Kickstarter for this game. Pokemon Diamond is the best. Maybe I'll have to try that one. I don't know. I heard that the best Pokemon game was Pokemon Uranium. It was like a fan-made game. I heard that was the best one. Lol. That was the first thing in my post to his crazy ass video. His criticisms were absurd. And one of the criticisms that just made me bust out laughing was that it was a Kickstarter game that made $500,000. So they have an absurd amount of money, and they could make like an insanely good Pokemon. I mean, an insanely good game, but it's just a cheap crash grab. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This dude is truly projecting everything. 500K is nothing. It's nothing. Keep in mind that one of the biggest Kickstarters ever was 5 million, and it was a 2D platformer. It was a 2D fucking platformer, dude. 500K for a game with like lots of 3D models and stuff like that. That's not that much, man. So, yeah. So my post said, "Lol, 500K isn't a lot of for a modern game." And I said, "Game Freak has more money than God, and you make every excuse possible for them. They made more money than any gaming franchise ever." And that was like that was my thing, the only real criticism of his video I put in there. But I did went ahead and put in like more stuff after that. And this is me. This is one of the reasons I'm going over this is because actually this is so far for this game, this is going to actually encapsulate all my criticisms for this game here that we're trying to play today while we're sitting in this fucking queue. From my personal experience, there are only a few ways that Pokemon is better. And I have them listed. 6. I wrote down 6 different reasons why, 6 different areas that Pokemon is better, does better than this one. Yeah, Justin, this is how many people are currently playing the game. Let me show you real quick, man. 31,000. When I started up this game, I count as one of these people playing this game, and I was in a queue that was over 15,000 people. Meaning that their servers are so fucking tiny, they can only fit 15,000 or so people on them. Which is not forgivable, Justin. They could have done pre-order so that they knew they needed more, and made enough money if they couldn't afford the servers to invest in tons of servers. That's unforgivably small. And like I said, the game doesn't need to be online only. So I haven't seen a single thing in the game that requires it to always be connected online. Like if there's like, nope, everything has to be only online, period. I haven't seen it. All right, so And if you look at my criticisms, which I have 6 of, number 1, only online for no understandable reason. Massive issue, all caps, massive. Connecting with other players was very problematic early on in Pokemon. Keep in mind I'm comparing this to Pokemon because this guy was trying to say this game is trash and Pokemon's way better. Imagine if every single player was forced to be online, to be connected online in Pokemon when it had released. Imagine that. Remember how unstable online was with Pokemon? Like a few of my subscribers were having issues trading, and one of them like lost their Pokemon. Like it was just deleted from existence. Like he did the trade, and the Pokemon in his Pokemon disappeared, and it went to the other player, and the Pokemon he was supposed to receive just deleted itself. That's how bad it was. And you had to manually connect online in that game. Imagine if everyone was forced to be online at all times. Oh, fucking baby. Jesus Christ. That would have been a dumpster fire. And you can only see players while in the wild area. Imagine if not only that, but you could see them while in towns and even while in town buildings. It would have been unplayable for like 2 or 3 days at least. Massive fucking issue, man. Massive issue having this game be online only. Alright, so I go on to say, plus some people don't have reliable internet. Temtem is DOA because of this. I'll still play it, but it's most likely will never grow that much. That's my opinion. I think that's true. I think this game has about as much chance as growing as any other MMORPG out there because it's forced to fucking be online. That is a massive oversight. And if they can patch that out, they need to do that as fast as possible. My number 2 criticism here was not enough Temtem. There just isn't. I mean, think about it. Someone said there's like 70 or something. That's nowhere near enough. The 150 that were in the first Pokemon game probably weren't enough. Yeah, it's just not going to be enough. Anyways, I say the Temtem animations are cute and charming, and the designs are pretty cool for the most part. I just can't help but smile how cute Tawai, I don't know how to pronounce his name. You guys know him as Toucan Sam, as I named him, is every time he does his little dance to the music during the idle animations in battle. But there simply aren't enough Temtem. They didn't have much money to develop the game compared to like something like Pokemon, so hopefully they'll reinvest some of the money they made from the launch to add more Temtem. No, the game launched today. That there's no such thing as it launching later on. That's fake news. The game launched yesterday, I mean. When the game becomes publicly available, that's its launch. I don't want to hear this bullshit where it launches sometime later on down the fucking road. Like don't tell us. Don't try to tell me that shit. It's already out. The game's out. Therefore, if consumers can purchase the game and play it right now publicly, then that is the whole point in criticism. For fuckers who try to say that the game is early access and therefore you can't criticize it, well then, what if everybody who makes anything in the entire planet claims it's early access? No longer can you criticize anything, and consumers just have to guess whether something's trash or not. Fuck off. I don't like that. That's stupid. The game is launched. It's publicly available, and therefore it needs to be criticized on what it currently is. The nursery system is trash. It's bad. Maybe it's gonna be good when I get to it. I haven't tried it out because that's that's what it said. I haven't gotten to that part here, and I looked it up today so I could see what it was like because I just didn't want to I didn't want to like reinvest like spend a whole bunch of pointless time with the breeding like I did in Pokemon Sword and Shield. I actually wanted to understand what it was like before I even got there, and wow, it's terrible. So each Temtem has a set number of times it can breed. They have a breeding value. The better your Temtem's stats are, the worse its breeding value will be, period. Meaning that if you have like a really, really good Temtem that you want to breed with another really, really good Temtem, you're only going to be able to breed them in the single digits. That's it. And now I know some of you who just now were like, well, you're trying to go like, oh, wait. Okay, there's another chance. Okay, that's not that bad because we'll take the children and we'll breed the children and it'll still kind of work out. It'll just be slightly more complicated. The children inherit whoever has the lowest breeding number. Meaning, if your breeding value on your Temtem has been exhausted to like the level of 2 or 3, when you breed that Temtem, the Temtem that is born can only be bred 2 or 3 times. That is dumb. It's dumb because it makes that aspect of the game pointlessly, insanely super grindy. And it's dumb because Temtem would go extinct in a very short amount of time. They would not exist. Do the math. Let's say, by the way, Temtem can't be bred more than just a dozen or so times on average, apparently. And like I said, if they're good, it's way less than that, in the single digits. Now, let's pretend like each Temtem could be bred 100 times, which is like 10 times more than normal. So, if they can be bred 100 times, and a single Temtem has a single child, and then, well, 2 Temtems have a single child, and then 2 other Temtems have a single, or no, let's say 2. That way it's even. So 2 Temtems have 2 children, and 2 other Temtems have 2 children, and then those children breed with each other. Well, now the next Temtems can only have 99 babies. 100 generations in, they can't have babies anymore. That's it. That's the end. 100 generations. If you're a fanboy, you can go somewhere else, Alchemist. I'm not sure if you're a fanboy or not, but just so you know, if you are, you're not going to be pleased with me. I like the game. But I'm not a fanboy of any fucking game. Period. No thing that costs money is beyond criticism. In fact, it's needed. And the more you like something, the more you must criticize its failures. Because fanboys are what caused Fallout 76. Bethesda used to make good fucking games, and now they make pure trash because everybody just kept defending them when they made worse and worse and worse and worse and worse games. Fanboys are the reason why gaming is trash today. There's very few good games that come out anymore, and most of them are just heartless cash grabs, and companies like EA exist because of fucking fanboys. If you love something, you must criticize it when you're a consumer of it. You paid money for it. You have the right to fucking criticize it. Alright. Number 4. I don't think there's really any going back to linear gameplay when it comes to Pokemon style game after Sword and Shield. Even though Sword and Shield's open world was like heartless and it had like the minimum amount of effort put into it in order to call it an open world game. It was still enough to prove that open world just belongs in Pokemon, period. Like, if you have a Pokemon style game, you gotta have open world to it. Now, maybe they couldn't afford it. You know, they didn't really get that much money. But it's still, like I said, this was comparing Pokemon to this game. So, in my opinion, it's a valid criticism when compared to the Pokemon game. That little taste of open world in Pokemon makes it pretty obvious that really that belongs in Pokemon, period. Like, that should be in Pokemon. It should be baked into it from the very beginning. And it would have been nice if Temtem had some of that, but I understand that there's probably no way they could have done that well with the amount of money they made to create the game. And we get down into my more, like, these bottom three things are my extremely minor criticisms. Like, my first three are major, in order. Basically, my criticisms are in order. Number one is the online needs to be removed. It just needs to be removed. If they can patch that out and make it so that you can play the game offline but choose to connect like Pokemon, or, like, I could be wrong, like, anyone who's played through the entire game, be sure to let me know if there's some sort of mechanics in this game that requires you be online at all times from the beginning of the game to the end, because I don't see any justification for it. Like, you could have these two things branched off and separate from each other. The story is single player with an option to co-op, so I should be able to play it offline and choose to connect in co-op. All right, but I could be wrong. Maybe sometime late game it becomes required. Oh wait, the game. Oh yeah, I can start the game. Well, I'm gonna finish my last few criticisms because, like I said, they're very small and they won't take long. All right, so that was the online. More Temtem. That's my second biggest criticism, and I really think that, like I said, this is only when compared to Pokemon. They did the best they could. I think that they put. I'd rather have the few Temtem that they have in this game that are cute and, like, nice looking, like, great animations, than have like 500, like, then with these lazy ass, like I showed you. We can go over it again if you want. This is Pokemon Sword and Shield animation. Body slam time, baby. One more demonstration of body slam before we start. I used body slam. This is a perfect representation, not exaggerating, of body slam being used. There you go. So yeah, I'd rather have the animations that are in Pokemon. I mean, that are in this game with less of them, less Temtem to capture, and to have that really awesome, like, idle animations. And the combat animations could be better, but they're good enough. They're just as good as, like, Sword and Shield. When the worst of them are as good as the moderate ones in Sword and Shield, that's what I should say. But the best of them are great, like, super charming, cool monsters. The nursery system, I already went over that. It'll take too long to go over that again. I really don't. I think it does not work within the game's lore, and it doesn't work and outside the game's lore. It just makes the game too grindy. The open worldness, and then my last two criticisms. Like I said, I tried when I posted on this super fanboy Pokemon super hater of Temtem's dude's video, I was doing a direct comparison of the two games, and I was trying to find anything in my head that I could think of that Pokemon did better. So that's why these last two criticisms are absurdly minor. The building architecture of the few towns that I've been into are kind of boring. It's not really interesting, and they're not very distinct enough. They're not varied or distinct from each other, and this could change later on in the game, but first impressions are pretty important. And the first town was pretty much like the second town, and I'm pretty sure it's going to continue like that, because I guess they just didn't have enough money or to do everything they wanted to do. I suppose, and maybe they maybe that sort of aspect of the game took kind of a back seat, and they only made a few different models for the housing, because I don't think the housing in the first area should look a lot like the housing in the second area, because in the dialogue of the game, when I was talking to NPCs, it implied that I was very far away. People were referring to my character's accent when I was speaking to them, as if I had traveled from a long distance that had a different accent. But yet the building's architecture was exactly the same. So I would like to have seen more varied. Like I said, absurdly minor criticism, but those sort of little touches right there add a lot of life to a game. And as I said, I'm trying to do... it's compared to Pokemon Sword and Shield, and so I'm trying to come up with anything I can to say, like, everything I can find in Pokemon that is better than this game, and that's one of them in my opinion. And the last is that, well, Pokemon's a fully established franchise, so all that brings, all that inherently brings to a game, Temtem isn't going to have. The competitive scene, if you're into that, which I'm not, is going to have a lot more diversity and a lot more depth to it, because of just the sheer number of people playing it. And the community's just going to be massive in comparison to Temtem. And then that's it. There you go. I can't think of a single thing that Pokemon Sword and Shield does better than those 6 things. That's it. And the only one that really matters, the only 2 that really matter to me, well, should say really the only one that really matters to me a lot is the first one. The second one matters to me a bit, but unless I play the game for an absurdly long time, the second one isn't even that big of a deal, only having 70. So, and unless I start trying to get competitive, the nursery thing doesn't really matter that much. The open world stuff, depending on how long the game is, that might not matter to me either in the long run. So, just the only online. That's really it. For me personally. But remember, as I said, this was a comparison to Sword and Shield, because of this super fanboys video harping on this game and saying that Pokemon was so much better. Like I said, his channel is invested in the success of Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure that's where his bias comes from. Alright, so let me refresh this page here and see how many people are online real quick. I'm actually going to keep this up today. Still about the same amount of people. I want to see the peak viewers, actually. Let me click on this. I want to see the peak stuff. I think you guys might be interested in that too. So let's find out the peak viewership and all that for this game. Not viewership, but playing. How do you do this again? I can't remember. No, that'll bring up the game itself. Current users. You can do individual games. I can't remember how. And I think clicking on it doesn't do it. When you click on it, I'm pretty sure it'll bring up the game itself as a store page. Yeah. How do you bring up individuals? I don't remember. I'll have to look into that another time. Let me know if anybody remembers how to do that, because I don't want current. I want all time. I'm curious how many players were trying to get online on day one. And of course, this is Steam, so you get easy access to that stuff. Oh, okay, so I logged on in the middle of the night and a little bit earlier this morning and did a little bit more Temtem hunting, and I found one new Temtem in the areas that I've been, and it was the Genki. So I have a new Temtem. Let's use this if I haven't used it. Okay, I've already used it. Because I'm just heading back to town. I'm going to refill my stuff, and then I'm going to start making progress again. How long did it take to get into the game? What was that? 20 minutes or something? 40 minutes? Somewhere between 40 and 20 minutes. I don't know. The game needs to not be online only. Damn. Stupid electricity. But you always gotta be super powerful. A Gretsuku? I've never heard of that. Wow, that was quick. What the hell, man? Don't be a dick. You're requiring way too much damn shit for one thing. Better be amazing. Oh, hey, look, it got one maxed out stat. And a lot of other trash. Maybe that'd be good for breeding or something? I don't know, so I'll grab it. I really don't know. Alright, so I didn't find any extra dudes or anything like that. Oh, come on, guys. Like, what the hell? Did the game was updated today again? It was updated last night and updated again. Have they increased the encounter rate? Like, I'm barely able to get through any bushes before a fucking encounter happens. This is ridiculous. That's 2 encounters with very little time in the bushes. Oh, that's the wrong way. Why do things have one incredible stat and the rest are dumpster fire? That's not the case, Xavier. Damn, yeah, like I'm getting a lot of encounters, and we're also getting lag again today. It's not as responsive. It's not as it was last night, but I said it was going to be like that. I was saying the main reason it got so responsive later on in the night was because of come on, man. Was because of the fact that it was just the middle of the night and less people were playing the game. I don't care, just let me run. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's get the team ready. So, I want to keep this guy. He's my only electric. Oh, see, these are some of the Temtem I caught last night. This is an example of, like, how bad some of the stats can be sometimes. Look at this. 1, 1, 2, 7. Max is 50 for any one stat. So then 30, 38, and 40. That is insane. And I thought for a second that that was a pattern, because then the second one I had caught, or this was the first one, 1194. and then 3 stats above 10. However, one of the 3 stats above 10 is only barely above it. This is insanely bad. And then this is just barely above average. This is the only good stat. Like, that was crazy. But yeah, look at this. See, this one here is near perfect, above average, average, above average, and only 1 bad stat. This was the first Longachu. I mean, is what I call him. This is the first one of these green ones I caught. He had pretty bad stats too. Like, bad stats are pretty common in this game, but good ones show up though. Like here, I got this one I captured because when I was playing last night, I captured him. I found one where it was a perfect stat, and then the others were all above average except for 2 really far below average. Look at this guy. Good, above average, just barely below average. And is this guy better? Yeah, I was supposed to switch. This guy's way better. Look at that. Near perfect, really good. Not good, above average. Let's see. But do I care about speed that much? I don't know. Wait. Is there a greater chance at having speed as a max stat? Look at that. I wonder if there's a way to compare. 14, 41, 50. Stamina is way better. But HP is way better there. 29, 16, 22, 39. Oof. I don't know, man. Which ones are the low stats? Defense is 16. Like, I'm gonna take a lot of attacks with that, and he's already got a low defense, right? This one's bad too, though, so I guess I'd go with that one. I wish you could compare. Like, I wish you could just put them side by side. You might be able to. I just don't know. Wait. E next. There we go. Previous. There we go. It's hard to choose, man. Like, this guy seems to be mostly a special attacker, so having that with really good HP seems to be more important to me than the defense and the attack and all that other stuff. So I really think that this one just is better to have, probably. Which is the male one here, I think? Yeah, here we go. Pig. That's right. Let's compare. I think I'm going to want the one with the more HP. This one has better overall stats. Like, really good stats in some areas. But the more HP is probably much better early game, right? I would think, at least. Its attack is really good on both of them. Its basic attack. The only thing this would get is special attack and special defense over it. I think I'm gonna go with the one that has lower overall stats, but much more HP and slightly better attack. Which one was that again? The second one. Alright. Just doing some comparisons to get my team ready, and then we'll be ready to go. Alright, well. Yeah, these two can just, they're out of the running right away. Alright. Once again, I think HP is more important for me. HP, stamina, speed. Attack is good on both of them. This one has much better defense, but really bad special defense. This one has better special attack. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna go with the one with more HP. This one. The other stuff is kind of like, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. All right. I know for sure he's not as good. Let's compare these two things here. I think I put that one down there because it was better, if I remember correctly. Really, both of them aren't that great. Alright, that seems to be good. So I'm trying to put the ones I'm not using, but I do want to use at some point, as far as like the best of them if I decide to use them. I'm trying to put those down here. So if I switch, because, you know, I'm going to capture one of everything, obviously, at least, right? And so if I decide I need to use one of these guys, these are the best I have so far, at least in my opinion, and I'll probably use those. All right. You know what I probably should do instead? They go in the back on page 10. So 10 counting down. And everything counting up is just stuff I've captured. But anything I want to use is back in the back. Yeah, but I can't believe Dying Light was delayed like that. Like, there's not even a time frame. Was the game going to be that bad that they had to delay it for so long? I think us consumers got some of these game companies running, dude. They releasing the more and more trash these companies release, the more and more people are coming to believe and say the same things as me, is that as consumers we have the right to criticize your shit and to start not buying anything that you produce because it's trash. Alright, so I think this is just one area. I think it goes into another area. It's a pretty big ass area. Holy hell. Because once I get access to the water stuff, I can go all through the water too. Damn. Oh, come on. They definitely increased the encounter rate. Like, I'm starting to feel like maybe I need to go back to the shop and buy some of that shit that makes the Temtem show up less. Now that the game's back to this super lag shit, yeah, that's what I'm about to do. Like, I don't want to encounter wild Temtem when I have to wait for fucking 10 minutes to fight one. Alright. Let's look at their Twitter and see what they're saying about this, because this is stupid. Like, do they have any ETA when the game's not going to be trash? It's about fucking time. Another problem I have with this game that I don't really know is a problem yet is I wanted to capture both of those and see what they were like in release, maybe. But as far as I know, there's not an infinite source of money in this game. So far, there's no infinite sources of money, which means, like, how the fuck am I supposed to make money? Like, the only way to make money is to fight trainers. They're gonna run out eventually. Everything is so absurdly expensive. Look at that, 60 fucking suns, dude. Just so I don't have to deal with the lag as much. I'm not gonna do that. That's a massive investment of my, like a massive investment. That's most of my money. Just so I don't have to deal with lag. In a game that doesn't seem to have a reliable way of making money, at least early game. When you defeat Temtem, you don't make any money from defeating them. You only make money from defeating trainers. So I don't know, man. As far as I can tell, I haven't noticed that I made any money from Temtem. It seems like it's only from trainers. Thank God I was able to get through the bushes this time. Yay, I'm getting through a few bushes. No way I'm getting through this. What? Are we in that bug where it's not going to let us encounter anything for an absurdly long time? Because that happened last night. We were running back and forth. Okay, we were running back and forth in a bush for like 10 minutes, it felt like, without nothing attacking us. And I think that's part of like the lagginess of the game, is that sometimes that might happen. Damn, he does so much damage. Do I want to capture him, though? I'm getting low on cards, even though I bought more. Screw it. I would like to have, like, the best possible electric one at this time without having to farm for him, right? So we'll give it another shot. If this doesn't capture, I'm not spending a second card, though. There we go. His defense. Oh, God. No. That's because they're low level slow, bro. Sorry I didn't respond to that earlier. Let me show you. So the way, if this game works the same as Pokemon, which I'm sure it does when it comes to those stats. So notice that, let's take the lowest level one I have, which is like, I guess, 27, 47. Here we go. So notice that at 47, well, I would have to compare it to the same ones of the same thing, actually, unfortunately, so it won't be that easy. If we had a Hoochie or a Toucan Sam somewhere else, then it would be easier to compare this. Because, so the way this works in Pokemon is that these scale. These make your HP, this is your HP scales off of these things, right? So a level 20 Temtem is going to have a significantly better improvement to say their speed than a level 1 Temtem would. Like if a level 1 Temtem, if this was a number 1 here, versus a level 1 Temtem with this being a 50, they would have the exact same speed stat. But the higher the levels, the more drastic the changes. So the reason why it's important to me to get those HP types of things, because there's no guarantee that I'm going to actually spend the time to farm them and make sure I get really good ones. Because there's no guarantee I'm going to play that game like this much. So I'm trying to make sure I grab ones that I feel like will be a benefit to me long term. With Hoochie and Toucan Sam, I got what I got because that's what the game gave me at the beginning of it. So yeah, I got what I got. Alright, I fully explored that area over there, I remember now. They're my starter Pokemon, so I'm gonna like support them and use them no matter how bad their stats are. Look at Toucan. Look how cute he is in his animations, especially like the part in his animation where he starts like dancing to the music. Like, look at it. It'll start happening eventually. I don't really remember where though. Peck. Nice. Do 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 do. That's cool, Leo. It looks like the lag is going away a bit. The game's becoming a little bit more responsive again. So that's good. Hopefully the game can keep that up. Well, that was a brief amount of progress. What am I looking at? I don't know. What are you talking about? You can use shrill voice in the beginning? Why? Interesting. Oh wait, yeah, that. Wait, has it always been a beginning move? I don't remember. I think it has. Thought I had to wait for that. Cat cam stares into your soul. Yeah, sometimes. Wait, did he do his attack? What happened? I was looking at chat. I don't understand why his attack didn't go off. So close. Ow! Throwing dirt. Ah, we're lagging again. I had a staring contest with the cat. You wasn't so bad. I think they've decreased the amount of time that the idle animations do their little extra bits. Because I don't think I've seen Toucan Sam dance once yet today, where he used to do it at least once every fight. Oh my god, I just realized I'm not seeing players almost ever right now. Interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely almost never seeing players. Wake up, you. We have company. Huh, what? Get ready to get beaten by both of us. Shut up and follow my lead. Let's see a Temtem, stranger. I'll fight with her. I'll fight with him. I'll fight both of you. Oh, yes, you will. Temtem up, stranger. That is not going to catch on. That's stupid. Let's do this. I really hate that Temtem up shit. Temtem up. Like if I said him or her, they're like, no, you're fighting us both. I was like, hell no, I'm fighting them both from the beginning. I don't care. I ain't scared. Jesse Team Rocket, bitch. You better prepare for trouble. Oh, he did a little dance. It's harder to see it. Like I love it though when you see it in the fight though, when it's closer up, because he like squints his little eyes and he's like, ah. Oh my god. Alright, back to Twitter to see what they're talking about with this game's load time. If they're still working on patches and fixes and shit. Try to fix this thing. 2 hours ago, we need to restart the server again to make some tweaks. Sorry for the interruption. And they haven't said anything since then. Just pushed a new patch. Yeah, I had to update just before the game started. Co-op issue should be fixed now. Please restart your client Steam Discord in order to get the update. They're mentioning that in the thing now. Some people didn't know that. Because remember how I was saying that when that update came, I was probably one of the first in the entire game to reconnect. Because I was really quickly doing that. I was forcing the update constantly until the moment it went live. And man, that reconnection was smooth. No waiting in line. Everything was lagless and everything. And then everybody started to connect. Oh my god, this game. Alright, we'll give it 3 more minutes and then we'll restart the game. Sometimes it just takes a really long time to load. Other times I think it's just fully stuck. I don't really know. There's no way of telling if it's crashed, James, unfortunately. Who knows? It might have never once crashed. Every time I've restarted it, maybe sometimes you just have to wait 10-20 minutes for something to happen in the game. And restarting it just means you have to wait 10 or 20 minutes for the load back into the game. I don't really know. It's a big issue, though. It needs to be resolved. Alright. I'll be restarting soon, most likely. I'm trying to give it way more time than I normally do. By now I would have restarted. I'm trying to give it way more time than I normally do because, well, when I restart, I'm going to be in the start screen for 10-20 minutes anyways. So, might as well just fuck it. Doesn't matter. Yes, it is, James. It is a dumpster fire. Unnecessarily so. There's no need. Could you imagine everybody's impressions of this game if it wasn't forcing you to be online? I think everybody but the biggest of Pokemon fans would just say, oh, this is just a better Pokemon game in almost every way. Period. Just get this game. It's cheaper and better. And as long as enough people support it, they'll add way more Temtem, which means who gives a fuck about Pokemon anymore? But then they had to decide, they decided to make it online only. For some unknown reason. And now this is happening. Just why? Let's see if I can move. Nope. There's been a couple of times where you could move. Alright, just a couple more minutes and then I'm gonna restart. Like I said, this time I'm giving it a much longer time than normal to see if because like I said, when we restart, we're gonna be 10 to 20 minutes waiting to get back into the game. So this is just a test to see if I wait 10 to plus minutes, like when this happens, if it will just start working, or if when it happens like this, it's just crashed. Because if it is crashed, then it's indistinguishable. A crash is indistinguishable from lag. Like they're identical. What happens is the next thing is supposed to happen and then nothing happens, but the game still runs. Everything still runs. Like I don't know, I've been watching the screen that much, but NPCs, oh, there we go. Server connection lost. I think instead of restarting, if this puts me in a really small pool instead of a massive 15,000 pool, then I think from now on I'll just wait for that message to pop up. Nope. I'll give it 2 minutes tops and then I'm restarting from now on. Because it still put me in the back end of a massive fucking pool. So, that's bullshit. Last time that happened, when I would disconnect in the middle of a thing, and then that message would pop up, I'd get put in a pool that was fairly low. Like only a few hundred people. This game is DOA. It will never catch on. It will never become very popular. The experience that you're getting in this game is about as good as it will ever get. It will maybe only improve a minor amount about the amount of content. The combination of it being an online game and the launch being a complete and total dumpster fire because of it means that absurd amounts of people are leaving the game. I wouldn't be surprised if like 40-50% of their customers just are done with the game and refunded it. It's very easy to refund a game on Steam, and the more problematic the game is, the easier it is to refund. This launch is so bad that I could play this game for 1,000 hours and request a refund, and Steam would let me do it. Steam's thing is that you're not supposed to play the game for over 2 hours, and you're not supposed to, and it has to be less than 2 weeks or something like that. So if you haven't played the game for under 2 hours, if you played the game for under 2 hours and you've played the game for under 2 weeks, I think it's 2 weeks, then you can refund the game with no questions asked. But if you go over either of those numbers, questions will be asked. However, this game is so fucking problematic with its launch that I guarantee hordes of people have already refunded it. Which means that their system is overworked. And if I, even though I've already gone over 2 hours, if I was to request a refund on this game, it would be automatically approved. Even though I'm in a manual approval area, they would just automatically approve it because they're just receiving too many refund requests. So like they are losing absurd amounts of money because of this. Every refund on Steam is a negative to that company, by the way. It's not just that we made $35 minus Steam's cut. What ends up happening when someone purchases a game on Steam and refunds it, it actually costs that company a tiny bit of money. So every person who refunds the game isn't just losing the money that they would have made from the purchase, they're losing additional money on top of that. They made a really big misstep with the online only and the non pre-orders. It's super super unfortunate because it's a very charming game and I like it a lot, and I wish these people had Pokemon's budget. Like the studio who makes Pokemon, I wish they had their money and they had control over that franchise. But they fucked up really bad twice in one area, and those two things don't go together very well. You can't. Jesus, such a shame. Such a shame. I mean, at the very least, what would have happened? At the very least, what would have happened is that they would have scared the fuck out of Pokemon, and they would have started making better Pokemon games that had more heart and money and effort put into them. Because they would have taken out a significant chunk of of that niche that Pokemon fills. Instead, it's just nah, man. They won't even sell 1 million copies of this game. They might say that they sell that much at some point, but they're not counting the refunds, right? I mean, they're still counting the sales that were refunded. I guarantee it if they say something like that. Steam is very good about refunding. Such a shame, such a shame. I'm looking at the Steam reviews, and 100% of the negative reviews are people talking about how the game's not playable. And quite a few of them are wondering why that there's any positive reviews at all, and how it's possible that these people even played the game at launch, because it's completely unplayable for any like lengthy amount of time. Okay, I found one review that wasn't about the game not working. That was negative, and it said they them. So they're not happy about the other gender as a option at the beginning of the game. Like you can choose they them as your pronouns, and they didn't like that. Um, so far, every review besides that one has been games unplayable because of lag and connection issues. So other than that, this game seems to be universally liked. All right, here we go. This one didn't start off with connection issues. We found another one. Let's look at this. It says, unfortunately, as much as I would love to give the game a positive review, the strict username creation rules make finding a username terrible experience. Here are a few of the strange restrictions. So that is online related, by the way. Online only game is the reason why that the name issue came about in the first place. Okay. So that it's sort of related. It's not related to the online connection issues, but it is related to the fact that it's an online only game. You are not allowed to do the following: use capitals if they are the first letter. If they aren't the first letter of the word, use numbers. Use symbols. Use the same name as another person. You are allowed use spaces, hyphens, apostrophe. Use capitals at the start of the next word, i.e., after a space. All the things combined to make finding a name pretty painful experience if your regular username uses numbers or symbols. I can only hope they remove this restriction. So this seems to be 100% of their review, by the way. So that the 11,000 people in the queues waiting to get usernames, I will update the review. Yep, he's complaining about the review too, the queue. I would still recommend the purchase. He said he would still recommend the purchase of the game to support the developer's journey with the game and encourage other fellows to make a bold path. So this is the only other negative review so far that doesn't really focus on the online aspect of it, but sort of does. So this one sort of counts, but it doesn't count at the same time. All right. Any other? Wait, that's every review. I think I've looked at every review. No, no, no. Okay, I just opened up their review. I was about to say, how is that possible? Because it said there were a few hundreds, a few thousand. I mean. Let me switch it to negatives only, so I don't have to scroll through any positives. How do we do this again? I can't remember. First off, it needs to be only people who've purchased the game on Steam. That way there's no one who like stole a key or anything like that. None of that stuff. Definitely people who've paid for the game. And only negative reviews. Okay, only in my language. Here we go. Complaining about the online. Complaining about the online. Oh, wait, hold on. The game's full of bugs. It gets unplayable. Server crashes. Okay, by bugs he's talking about. Because I'm about to say I haven't really experienced any bugs, but by bugs he means the server issues. So, yep. Waited. Yep. Server issues. Server issues. Here we go. Here's another pronoun one. Choose your pronoun. You can't choose none, so I choose a refund as I can't support devs that pander to crazies. So there's two reviews that don't like the pronoun thing, and one review that sort of sideways complained about the online. And every other review so far that's negative complains about the online. Alright. Gosh darn it. only negative. I got to redo the only negative part because it didn't load all of them and only in English. There we go. Wait, here we go. Don't get caught up in the very positive reviews. This game is unplayable in its current state. Yep, complaining about the online. This game would have 99% positive reviews if it wasn't for the online issues. There would be, so far, I've looked at maybe 100+ reviews for this game that are negative, and only 2 of them, 2, weren't complaining about the online game. So imagine if you get rid of all of the ones that were complaining about it. You would have like a 99 point something % positive rating on Steam. That's a 10 out of 10 game. The difference between this game being a 10 out of 10 game on Steam and it being what it is right now is the fact this is a fucking online only game with really bad servers. I am surprised it has a positive reviews in spite of the issues. Like I said, most people can't even play it. I mean, look at this. Welcome to Temtem, everyone. Day 2. Back to the reviews. Oh, here we go. Never mind. 2 gender reviews. That's it. The only negative reviews that weren't online related were about the gender issue. That's it. Some people are so repelled by anything that is even close to left-wing or SJW that the second they get the tiniest bit of whiff of it, they're out. And Steam enables them to do that, because if they're in character creation and they see something like that, they go, I don't want to take the chance that there's more of it, and then they just refund the game. Good on them. I say that's, as long as you're not hurting anybody, there you go. That's your right as a consumer. You buy whatever the hell you want to buy. But that wouldn't really have affected the review of the game. It would still be a 10 out of 10 game on Steam. 2 of those out of a few hundred reviews that were negative, we're fine. I love this game so much more than I do Pokemon. I barely had fun in Pokemon. Sometimes it was fun. The vast majority of the time, it was just, not the vast majority, the majority of the time, it was just frustrating. Unnecessarily so. And the aspects of the game that were fun were just like, they could have been better still. Was there anything in Pokemon that couldn't have been better? No. Like, literally every aspect of the entire game could have been so much better and was only just barely, like, look at the cute little dance. There was what I was talking about. I love his dance. It's so cute. It was just barely done, right? It's like adequate. It was adequate at best. Look at the evolve form of Pidgeotto. Welcome to the dark web. Gender issues and server issues. I don't know. Is that how that is, James? Have you been there? Are you a hacker, James? Damn it. Here's what I hope from Temtem. This is what I hope from Temtem. I hope that they They see the potential. The developers see the potential here, what they could have done, and where they fucked up. Then they support this game. They support it to the point where it gets about, say, 200 Temtem or so. And then they go, okay, we're making Temtem 2. And we're shutting down the servers of this game, but we're doing an update to this game before we shut it down, so you can still play it offline, and you'll be able to trade your Temtem from the first game to the second game. Don't worry about it. And here's Temtem 2, and from the very beginning it is an offline game that you can connect online if you want. And I think at that point, Temtem 2 would be wildly popular and be a actual real competitor with Pokemon and put some fear in those fuckers. That's the best bet I have. Look at that little, what the fuck is that? You saw that animation? I want to see that again. I'm waiting for that. Look at, there's the dance. I love that dance. He looks so happy. All right, I want to see this one again though. It might take a while to see it though. I don't know how long it takes for an idle animation to cycle. It's the cocoon thing. No, this is the cocoon one evolved. Notice the yellow antenna and the black stuff. There he is. He's like, huh? What? Huh? And I like his little squinty eyes. He's like, who's there? That's nice. Not long. He's done it like 3 times. That's cool. Cool. I keep forgetting which one's the damage one over and over again. Alright. I wanted to take this guy out first because he poisons, but whatever. I'm gonna take out whichever one's easiest. Ah! I thought we could get him, but we couldn't get him. Toxic spores. I don't think I've ever seen toxic spores miss. His final dance before he leaves. Let's see. Oh, Xavier! I forgot to mention, I think we found the Temtem for you. We might fight it today. We'll probably will fight it today. It's almost certain. I've only seen it from a trainer. You'll love him. I hope you're still here when we fight him. I've encountered like 2 or 3 of them recently, so it should be soon that we see one. I was thinking it was about 3 of them. This thing needs to go. No more poison, dude. He's like, show me. I want to show you right now. I wish I could. I don't remember the name of it. It looks like... it looks cool. But it looks like a... It's green, first off. I know you like green. It's like a greenish blue. And it looks like it's almost like a dragon / tadpole that flies. And I'm like, ooh, I wonder what that evolves into. Like I figured you might like that one. At least you would be intrigued by it, right? Crack shark. Yeah, his eyes. Got it, crack. Let me see the contestant for the holy name of Xavier. I know you like the dessert Pokemon and food Pokemon too. Which maybe you like the pig Pokemon. I mean, he's food, right? But no. Oh, also, I've seen what a few of the Luma Temtems. I think it's called Luma. They look amazing. Like, let me see. I'll show you the one I've seen. I've seen 2 of them. Luma Temtem. What's the bird? It's the bird, eagle-looking thing. I can't remember what it's called. It was the starter one, and okay, here we go. So it's called Oh, there we go. And okay, Pararo. So I'm trying to look up the name of the Pokemon here. Pararo Luma. Temtem. Images. Look at this guy. Look how cool like the Lumas look. Isn't that crazy? Like, that's a pretty cool variant. Like, it's not just like random colors that are just different. It like, that looks cool. And like, let's see. The other one that I think you might like is I have to look up the starter Tem names. Oh wait, let me start the next load screen. He might faint. I think it's actually very probable that he's gonna faint. We'll just have to do our best to hope we kill him this turn. He has an electric attack. It's gonna do a lot of damage, but I doubt it's gonna kill him. Putting him in store, like putting him away, isn't gonna get rid of the poison. He's still gonna take that poison damage, and I don't want to use one of my precious heals. I want to save my precious heals for like really difficult stuff. Wait, is that the damage one? I tell you, I forget every time. Alright. Take a look at this Temtem. Alright, starter Temtem. Alright, his name is... Wait, its name is Crystal? Crystal is a Crystal Temtem? Here it is. Look at this. So that's the basic one, right? Look at that. Look how crazy they look when they're Luma. Like, they really start to glow quite a bit. And they have, like... I just like it. It almost feels like they're doing a... what is it called? When you... I know how to remember what it's called. Let's see. Let's take Snorlax and do it to Snorlax in this image here. Not to the complete Temtem though, but only to certain parts of the color scheme. It feels like they're doing wait, what happened? Why didn't the attack go off? Nimble? Hold on, let me get this loading, because of the load times in the game right now are bad. So I want to initiate both attacks and wait. All right, here we go. DC beam. All right, there we go. All right, so it looks like they used what the effect is called. It's called hey, we beat him, but he still fainted. So my Temtem still fainted even though we did beat him. That sucks, because the poison effect still takes effect after the fight, unfortunately. I'm trying to find the name of this effect. Is it invert colors? nothing happened. Oh, wait. That's because I have the other one that's selected. Here we go. What? All right. There. Wait, I have something selected, don't I? That's the problem. All right, undo the layer stuff. There we go. And just get rid of the background. The way that's not messed with. And then deselect. Now it should work. Yeah. It's almost like when you invert colors. How when you invert colors, you get these really weird color schemes on some images. It's almost like they did that, but selectively. Like they were like, okay, let's invert the colors. All right, that's interesting, but let's play with it more. Like let's say, let's increase the saturation a bit and turn it into the yellow spectrum and darken that, and then boom, there you go. And you know something, and then it's like, you know what? I'd like that to be black and that to be yellow, and then they just reverse those two. It's almost like, yeah, like it's like a negative sort of reversal of the colors sometimes, but not always. But it's very interesting. I don't know. I just like the few Lumas I've seen are really interesting like that. So you notice how with this they kept that relatively the same, and what they did was they just kind of like increased the saturation a bit on it, gave it a little bit of a glow and a little bit more of a sheen. But then on this here, they tweaked they went like almost with a negative version of it, almost, not completely, and then like tweaked it just a little bit to change the color a bit more, and the same with the eyes, and then increased its sheen and all that as well. I like that. It makes it feel like you have your normal one, and then you have your magical energy filled version instead of just a different color. I'll probably never catch one because they're 1 in 6,000. It becomes a diamond turtle. But hey, it's still cool to look at, right? We'll see some in game here and there, I'm sure. Because you know, when someone gets one of theirs as a Luma, they're gonna make that the one that follows them. I mean, I would. Pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool. Just closing this down here. There we go. With 2 fainted ones, it's almost time to use my thing. But really, I'm pushing it. No, only 1 fainted. Nice. I'm pushing it here as much as I can before I use my thing. Why won't that switch? Thank you, Jesus. What? Switch? Oh, it's lagging. That's why. Wait. Wait. No, that's the way I came from. Oh my god, I do not want to do any extra fighting. I almost messed up. But there's this very optional bush right here that there's nothing in. Meaning there could be something in here that we haven't fought yet. You know what? Whatever. I'll use my... Because the next fight is actually going to take up a lot of my resources. The next trainer battle might be too much for the few Temtem I have. So I'm just going to go ahead and fight some Temtem in these bushes until I need to actually use my healing stuff. Yeah, but it's not always doubled, Xavier. Sometimes you only fight one. So it's more like 1.3. No, I'm sorry, 1.6 or 7 in 6,000. See? Like, it seems like slightly more often than not you fight 2, but you fight 1 plenty of times. I hope the next time we play this, it's just a smooth experience right from the beginning. Wow, 4 turns to use this? Hell to Anger. 130 damage, wow. All the suppressed rage keeps building up until it bursts in a Nova of Wrath. Damn, I love that. That sounds awesome. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to fight in this bush here for a few battles and hope for something new. I do like the fact that they have 3 guaranteed stats. I've also found out more than that, like, because I looked up the breeding system, Xavier, which I don't know if you know anything about the breeding system, but it's not good, unfortunately. Hopefully they change it. But there are a few interesting things with the breeding system that might be useful for Luma ones specifically. And that is when you breed a Luma with another Temtem, you can choose any Luma. You can choose any Temtem. Well, when you breed Temtem, you can breed Temtem that are of the same type, period. So, like, if your Temtem is nature, it can breed with all other nature Temtem. It doesn't have to only breed with identical looking Temtem, or there's less restrictions on it, basically. Like, if they're both normal types, you can breed them. If they're both like melee types, you can breed them. Like, that's how it works. But if one of them is a Luma, then you're 10 times more likely to get a Luma out of that breeding. And if both of them are Luma, you're 100 times more likely. Meaning the odds go down to like 1 in 600, right? I think. Which is absurdly good odds when it comes to shiny type hunting, right? The problem is the breeding system for the game is upsettingly not like restrictive in other ways, and that is the fact that every Luma every Temtem has a... I almost wish Lumas were the name of the Temtems. Anyways, every Temtem has a breeding stat, apparently, that determines how many eggs it can lay before it becomes barren. And when I first heard that, I was like, oh, that sucks, but oh well, you know, there's ways around that. You can use its children, and I'm sure, you know, you can get quite a few eggs before it goes barren. Actually, normally it's less than double digits. It normally is as low as single digits. So you can... That's odd. Also, the better the stats of the Temtem, the worse the breeding stat is. Meaning, if your Temtem is really good, like say it's a Luma, so it has those 3 perfect stats, then it can barely breed at all. Like, just a few times and it's done. Like I don't remember I don't remember anyone saying the exact number, but 8 is very common for ones that just have decent stats. So imagine it's much less than 8. So, yeah. And it's like, oh, well, you can get around that, right? You can use the children. Actually, the children inherit the breeding stat. In that, if you've bred a Temtem, and it always inherits the lowest breeding stat, guaranteed. So, if, for instance, you've bred one Temtem to the point where it only has one chance left to breed, or like 2 chances left to breed, I think it is, and then you breed it with another Temtem, the Temtem it makes can only be bred 1 time before it's barren. Which is, in my opinion, really, really terrible design choice. Because, first off, it's going to make that unnecessarily grindy in a system that is inherently already grindy. Second, it makes it so that in the game's lore, it doesn't make any fucking sense that Temtem exists, because they would go extinct very quickly. Like, if the average... if like the average amount of eggs that a Temtem can lay before it goes barren is 10, and that its children will always inherit the amount of eggs left from its parent, that would mean within 10 generations there would be no Temtem left on the planet. Because the mother has an egg, therefore the egg can only lay 9 babies, and the mother can only lay 9 babies left. Then when each of them have a baby, they each can only have 8 babies, and those 8 babies can each only have 8 babies, and then they'll everything after that is made can only have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you have the largest possible pool of Temtem ever with the final birth, where they forked out. There's a bazillion Temtem because they kept growing exponentially, no deaths or anything like that, right? But then, on the entire planet, every Temtem runs out of eggs at the same time, and they're all barren, and then they just go extinct. It doesn't make fucking sense. So I'd like a different system. Like, a game's lore is important. In my eyes, personally. Some people don't give a shit about lore, but I like lore. And if the mechanics of your game are like if you have a mechanic that in the game that feels bad in lore and in the game's mechanics itself, it's like in the way it functions, then why is it that way in the first place? Yeah, other than the online aspects of the game, I think that's the only poor choice I feel like they've made, that they had a choice on, right? Like the amount of Temtem, they could have more Temtem, but that wasn't a real choice in my opinion. Like, they could have had more Temtem, yes, but they would have had to made the Temtem that they made in the game have less effort put into them, you know? Like, they would have to have less effort put into them, less time and spend on the animations. They wouldn't look as good, right? So I'd rather them have the amount of Temtem they have with the quality they currently are. That's pretty nice. I like the quality. But the breeding system seems unnecessary to me. It seems like it's a bad choice to make the breeding system like that. And the other bad choice is the only online. Both those things don't feel necessary to me. Feels just like they made the wrong choice. Everything else in the game, I think they did a great job on. So far, I haven't seen anything I'm like, that was a stupid way to do that. Because, like, you know, there's little things related to the online. Like, for instance, remember the naming issue, like that person was saying. I felt the same way. I was going to name my character Jesse from the beginning, but I guess because the game lagged out on me when I named my character the first time, when I got back in to rename the character, I had to rename the character again. Jesse was no longer available. It was available when I first tried to do it, but then it wasn't available anymore. So my name got stolen by somebody. I'm still very satisfied with my name, you know. Jesse Team Rocket. Pretty damn badass, if I do say so myself. Probably better than, really, this is probably better than just Jesse. But still, I'd want it to be Jesse. I hope that at some point I encounter a James T. Rocket. We'd have to be the ultimate co-op partners. Prepare for trouble. I think it's time I drink that juice, though. There wasn't anything interesting in these bushes, unless those ones I were fighting had actually good stats. I'm not wasting my... Because there's not an infinite source of money in this game yet. Hopefully there will be at some point. Because I don't think I get any money from fighting Temtem. I don't remember. Are you guys noticing money from the Temtem fights? I think I only get money from fighting trainers, right? So you can't just throw all your Temtem cards around all willy-nilly just so you can find the best Temtem and replace them and all that. Time to vial. Is empty. Okay, that was just a bug because it was delayed. So when I tried to use it a second time, it was already used because it just hadn't shown it yet. All right, so let's get our order back up. This might take a minute here. Yep. All right. Let's wait for it to update here. All right, what do we got? What do we got? I just want to run around a little bit, see what I see. You need to carefully check these bushes if you don't want to go into them. You still got to look at them because there's sometimes like those little boxes really stealthily hidden in there. Oh, that's right. It's changed. I'm just gonna go with saying that they go in Temtem, they get neutered. Yeah, it could be. They could come up with a story explanation for it, saying that Temtem in captivity can't be bred as often because of some unknown, mysterious reason. Come on, man. Then all you would have to do is just let them run free for a little bit, and then they're not barren again. Like, come on. Like, I want to be able to breed my Temtem. Hello, stranger. What brings you here? I don't mind the limited breeding system, but remove the inherited infertility. That doesn't make sense. The children should not inherit the infertility. No puppy mills, says Franks. Hello, stranger. What brings you here? The views. You just passing through. The view? Ah, breathtaking, aren't they? Not really, because it's a forced perspective. I don't know what the view looks like at all. Sometimes I sit here for hours and wonder if this is how the high bovers look down on us. How small and insignificant we must look from here. Anyway, I'm interested in changing in a change of perspective. This little high-angle view we have here is just a taste of what it must be like to look down from high above. Of course, I'm not crazy enough to plan anything regarding the high above. Don't worry. I just want to see how we could understand their perspective. Suppose we... I wish his name was Icarus. I suppose we could see our little Deniz from above the clouds. So, of course, I thought of hiring an airship and taking pictures. But that would be way too expensive. And I'm just a gifted amateur with intellectual curiosity. But you could help. Really? You're a tamer, aren't you? You could use a properly trained flying Temtem. We need a Temtem strong enough to carry a camera, and a well-trained to get us exactly the shots we want. Do you think you can help with that? I can give you a little reward for your trouble. Sure, for science. Science. Excellent. Let's take a look at your Tempedia and see what birdie might do the job. Huh? Wait, did someone challenge me? I noticed there was a little thing that popped up there that showed the that showed this symbol. This is the combat symbol with other players. I only know it because of this here. This emote. I challenge you. The animations are great. My young assistants, let's do this. Let me take a look at your Tempedia. Maybe this one? No, better this one. Yes, yes, this one. Bring me this one. Barnshee? Yes, right. What we need. Strong, but also intelligent. We need to follow instructions with complete accuracy, not just fly high. Give me Barnshee. The fuck is a Barnshee? Oh well. I might have one. He's looking at my decks. Point Icarus. Bungee jumping prohibited. Oh, that just makes me angry. That sign makes me angry. Now I want bungee jumping. You asshole. Hopefully all the connection issues are worked out when this game releases on consoles, guys. Because I know some of you guys are consoles only, and I might re-get the game on a console if I enjoy this experience enough, and then we can play it together on there. I've been enjoying it, the little bit I get access to here and there before the game crashes. Wow. Will you look at that? Stay away from the ledge. The lake, the house, the lake. I'd love to jump from here and splash down in the water. Blam! That water's way too far away, bro. Don't try it. If you got a glider, you might be able to pull it off. Wouldn't that be super cool? Just like a movie, dude. Is that it? Alright. That's it. Frank's like, jump! Come on, Frank. Yeah, I don't see any item. Combat. Yep. Good day, fellow tamer. I've seen you around these parts. I've never seen you around these parts. First time on this trail? How you liking the Thalazian cliffs? They're lovely. I'm tired of them. Shut up, Temtem up. Shut up and Temtem up. I hate the Temtem up thing. I don't like it. I don't know what to say instead, but I don't like that. They're trying really hard to make that a thing, and I don't like it. The more they try to make it a thing, the more I'm pushing against it. They're lovely, aren't they? The best antidote for city life. So let's enjoy them to the fullest, eh? Let's do some fighting. Damn crazy lady. Ah, here we go. Looks like the, oh, never mind. I was about to say, it looks like the trainer battles are the ones that are super lagging out today. Tim out? Maybe. Tim out sounds better already. Like, Tim up, Tim out? Let's Tim out. No, just not let's. Just say Tim out. Like, yeah, like throw your Tim down. Like, throw him out, right? So it could be like a battle cry and a demand, right? Like on guard. When you're saying Tim out, you're basically saying on guard. But Tim up? That sounds bad. And then the Tim up is the part of it I don't like. Like even worse. I mean, I like it even less. 18? Yo! I thought these two Tim were fairly strong at 15. Alright, it's only one though, and she only has one, so I'm gonna energy drain it and hit it with whatever I can but two can, and then we're gonna be ahead right away. Because whatever it does, it's gonna take double, right? Alright. I think we're in pretty good position here after this. I'm worried that it's gonna like hit me super hard though. It's Tim up because talk shit and get hit was taken. Ooh, that's super effective. Nice. I forgot that I wasn't really paying attention. I forgot that was effective. Oh yeah, we got this. This is easy. It's just, this energy manipulation attack is just no, is just so powerful. The fact that I can use it on the first turn is crazy. I know it's really expensive, but it doesn't matter. I can really burst down quite a bit of stuff unless it's not weak to it, which most things are like normal damage. There was only like one thing I think that was like resistant to it, if I remember correctly. So far. I think they need to change this one's animation, because I don't even really know what its animation is, as far as its idle animation where it does something, because you can't really tell what it's doing from behind. So maybe it would be better if this one spun slowly while doing the animation. That way you can get a good view of what's happening, because it looks like it just kind of like wiggles a little bit, like it does something with its arms and its legs, and they're both out of view. You can't really get a good view of what's happening, and then there you go. I mean, so until we have to fight one, I don't know what the hell its animation is. And as a starter Pokemon, I think it's really important that as a starter Temtem, the starter Temtem their animation should be very decent from behind and the front, because you're likely to have a lot of people who are using them seeing them from behind. What I'm saying is work on that butt. Just don't, you know, makeup is good and all, but we got, you know, both ends. Both ends. Ah, you got me. Well done, fellow tamer. We demand booty, says Pepper. Yeah. I understand the difficulty in that. Coming up with an interesting animation that's nice to see from both behind and in front. Not as hard if you can rotate the camera around to your own choosing. But you can't do that in this game, so. I love the thick list. Sometimes I need... Yeah. You're done. Ooh. Wait, what's going on here? Okay, it's branching off a lot less than I thought it would. That's an interesting looking area, though. What the hell? Oh, okay. There's someone walking in a circle around here or something. Welcome to Parado Drop, the best place to catch wind Temtem. And all that, just watch your step. It's quite a fall. This is Parado Drop. What's down there? Let's have a fight! What's down there? A long way to a quick end. I mean, there is a chance you might survive. I guess, if you're lucky enough to land on water in the upper Indigo Lake. I need to do this thing. But don't even think about trying. Better be safe. Keep your feet on firm land and have some Temtem battles. Way safer. Yes, this is it. It used to be where all the Pajaro had their nests, but then everyone started coming here to catch them. So these days, there are more tamers than Paro. They nest in a rocky perches of over Torquesa. Oh, the names! I forgot the names. Yeah, that should be on my list. It should be 7 criticisms. I think, as far as compared to Pokemon, I think the names are just better in Pokemon. They're easier to understand, read, and say. In this game, a lot of the names are just super foreign to me, and I think it's because maybe they can't afford to. What is it called? There's a name for it when games do this. I can't remember it. Localize. They can't afford to like localize all the names and have like different names because it's online, like, right? I don't know. Different names for every region. I don't know. But some of these names are very difficult to even read for me. let alone pronounce when I'm reading aloud. That's what I'm talking about. A spectacular backdrop for a spectacular battle. Temtem up. There's no cool backdrop right now, dude. Or dudette, I guess. Man. I've left this up here. Other than when we're going through a load screen, the frame rate's super stable. But when going through a load screen, when stuff is starting up, it'll drop to 1 frame for a few seconds or jump up. But the average is going to be 60 because it's just super stable there. That's with me locking it on 60. I might try to bump it up to the 144 that my monitor can do and see what that looks like too. Just birds? Only level 6 too? Hopefully I think we can take this bird out turn 1. This bird's done, son. Done. Dr. Phil hosted meme review. Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was like last year. Jesus. It's 22 days into the year. Like, Jesus, last year. Oh God, Pidgeotto! Let's take this guy out as quick as we can. And we'll start working on this one. Chill voice. I got Meagle's Rainbow Out Creamy, which Flygon had for some reason. Oh, that's cool. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Toucan Sam! Okay. We can't let Sam faint. Sam's the man. And I'm not sure how far we gotta go before we hit another station. And I've already used up my thingy. Which means I'll have to start using up my resources. And God, I do not want to use any of those bombs. They're so fucking expensive. And like I said, money is a very limited resource in this game. So... can't remember what's good versus wind. Is it lightning? Or is wind good versus lightning? I just can't remember. That's such a weird interaction that wind and lightning hurt each other in some way. Wind isn't probably good against this guy, maybe? We'll see. I gotta go back to that academy and look at wind again. I think it was wind and lightning, I think, were the ones I struggled with understanding the most. Remember, lightning is good against my psychic or mind one, but other than that, I'm not really sure what else it was good against or weak against. I'd like some shortcuts. Shortcuts might already exist in this game, like pressing 1 might use this. Yep, it looks like 1 does that, but it doesn't select a target. Can't figure out how to select a target other than a click. Yeah, I'd like everything to have like a little shortcut thing that says something. So like I would like it to say 1 right next to that, and then after that, like when it shows the clickable thing, it shows like the enter key, like a little symbol for the enter key. And so there's like a shortcut for everything in the battle, so that you can just do it real quick. Welcome and thanks for following to Cold B. I am going to switch to Twitch pretty soon, actually, guys. I gotta check on something. Something smells like it's burning, maybe, so I gotta check on that. I'll be right back. back, everybody. Sorry about that really long thing there, but we are back. Let's play for a few more minutes and then we'll switch to Twitch. Sorry it took so long. Hopefully not too many people left, but I don't even know how many people were here before I went, so because I wasn't paying attention to that. Okay, so normally around half of the people leave when I'm gone for that long. All right. Ah, good fight, good fight. My Temtem need a rest. I'm letting them graze in the grass here while I enjoy the view. I don't like that they're speaking so much about views because I can't look at any of the views. What now? Can't an old lady enjoy some quiet on her own? Hello, ma'am. I'm Team Rocky. Wow, chill out. Yeah, I'm gonna say wow, chill out. Humph, you young punks have no respect. You're the one harassing me, lady. Well, do you think you can take this old girl in a Temtem battle? Of course you do. I know I can. I'll teach you some manners. Have at your Temtem, youngin'. Look, I was just walking here, lady. You assaulted me. Damn jerk. So rude. Oh, awesome. My cam thing has been down the whole time. I forgot about that. Turn that back on once we started playing the game. So how's everybody doing? All that time I was sitting there AFK, the game should have kicked me out, I feel like. That's actually an update that they need to do. An only online game shouldn't allow players to be online for more than 10 minutes without moving. And I feel like that was at least 10 minutes, right? That would alleviate some of the stress of the servers. All right, let's head to their Twitter, see what they've got to say about any updates or hot fixes still, because the game is still near unplayable. We totally understand your frustration and believe us. We're super frustrated too. We're going to try to solve the issue as quick as possible. If you don't want to wait until the game is stable enough, you can ask for a refund on Steam. Well, that's nice that they're encouraging people to go ahead and do a refund if they have that, because everyone can't do a refund. And trust me, a lot of people already have. Three minutes ago, we're aware of the current delays and long queues. We're trying different solutions to improve the server performance. Oh wait, here we go. Okay. Hoochie. Either one of them can go down in one hit. I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna hope for the best. Hey, Godzilla, welcome back. BB. I wasn't sure if he meant be right back when he said BB. Alright. Will my Temtem survive? I think one of them's going to go down in one turn. That mind attack that I unlocked with her is very powerful. It's such a good move to be able to do on turn 1. I feel like it should be a turn 2 move at the earliest, or a later game move with as hard as it hits. Nope, he's not going to be dead, I think. Damn. Unfortunate. We're definitely losing at least one of the Temtem then. Maybe both. Oh! One survived. Oh my god, how'd they both survive? Wow. Okay. That's awesome. That is really awesome. But after this, I have to leave and go heal up. He took so little damage from the... I love that dance. See, it's doing something, like crossing its arms and maybe tapping its feet or something. I really can't tell. Like, the animation should be adjusted a bit. Maybe it turns while it does it or something. See, there's a good chance if I used Hoochie's psychic attack on this one and then did the shout that I'm doing, that they would both die this turn, but I can't take that chance at the moment. All of them are just too low. Ooh, yep. See, that didn't actually do anywhere near as much damage as I thought it would, so I'm glad I backed out. She definitely would have fainted. Ooh, a new move. Ooh, let's see. Reportedly feels like combining your brain with concertina wire? What? You see, energy manipulation apparently is supposed to only do 45 damage, but it does way more damage than that, I feel like. I gotta do Psywave and make sure. Wait, is this Temtem nature? That's probably why. He's probably nature based. No, it's only exhausting for 1 turn, so no. I don't know. I'll test this. I'll do this. Because if this is double the damage of this... Oh my god. Hypnosis... I really don't like Hypnosis. Because it seems like it never lands reliably-ish for me. Like it worked. It seems like it works every time for them, but when I was using it, it seemed like it didn't work. And then if you hit your opponent 1 time with anything, even if they have a status effect like poison, they instantly wake up. I think I'm gonna switch out Tucma as well. I hate to have to switch them out though, because the load times are so long in the battles right now. But we've got to do's what we got to do's. We've got to do's. I've never had a single Temtem evolve, so I don't really know how that works still. If it's level based or specific things or anything, I don't know. Damn, this is terrible. It's getting way worse. Really simple actions are taking a very long time. Tea? Oh man, I'd like some coffee right about now. Or tea would be fine too. But I don't want to leave and make it because I already left for a good while. Alright. This is going to take a couple minutes, so I might as well bring up the Twitter and start reading it again. It says, we're working different solutions to improve the server performance, but we haven't had much luck yet, so currently we're locked to support 20k users. That's it. They can fit 20k people online. That's crazy. Remember, I estimated it was about 15,000. I was only off by a very small amount. Buy more servers. You made money off of the game. Buy more servers. Are they hosting the game themselves? Like, I don't understand. The biggest and easiest solution is to do a massive update of the game where you take all the code that you have stored off-site that isn't relevant to online and put it in the game so that people can play offline, and then make it so that online stuff is optional. There you go. Server issues fixed, because if people are having issues connecting, they'll just not connect. And then it'll get to the point where it'll fix itself, basically. Like, people won't connect if it sucks. So they're like, I tried like half a dozen times. This shit's broken right now. We'll try again later. And then that person's one less person stressing out the thing. But all of this shit where it's running like this, come on, man. Let's see. We need to restart the server again. That was 4 hours ago. The 3 minutes ago was them trying to figure out more stuff, meaning that they don't have anything actually planned right now. And then the post right after that, yeah, so that's not good news, man. When I looked at Twitter, this was what happened. I was in the process of reading here. We're aware of all the current delays. This was 3 minutes ago, not from right now, but from when I refreshed it about 10 minutes ago or so. Hey tamers, we're aware of all the current delays and long queues. We're trying different solutions to improve server performance, but we haven't had any luck yet. So currently, we're locked to support 20k users. We'll keep investigating and try to keep you updated. Then the post right after that, on the same 3 minutes ago. We totally understand your frustration and believe us. We're super frustrated too. We're going to try to solve the issue as quickly as possible. If you don't want to wait until the game is stable enough, you can ask for a refund on Steam. And it gives you a link to the Steam refund support system. To me, that's them realizing whatever they're going to have to do to fix it, it's going to take a long time. And this is the game. So this is the game, guys. Like, because before that, all their posts was, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this, and we're doing that. Right? It's like, we pushed a hot fix solving medicine items. Based on our data, problems related to this technique is blah, 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 and we're fixing that. Co-op issues, da-da-da, being addressed with blah, blah, blah. Right? They're all talking about specific shit, all this, that. They're all talking about different types of hot fixes, different type of patches and things that they're doing for different things. And then it gets to a generic, they're frustrated and they know you're frustrated, and they're trying different solutions but not having much luck to fix the issues. And if you don't like that, you can also refund it here if you need to. We understand. That feels like they know it's going to be a long time before they get the game running properly. Like the next hotfix and or update is probably a lot further off than the other ones have been, because previously the patches were coming out like every few hours there would be another patch, it felt like, and every hour or so they were pushing out another hotfix. That right there makes it feel like that's about to start ramping down, and now we're about to start having maybe one patch or two patches a day and only a couple hot fixes a day too, maybe, as they try to figure something out. There's one solution that is quick: buy more server space and get that shit set up. A second solution, which is more long term and further off, make the game offline. There are no other solutions. I guess there could technically be a third. Make everyone fuck off. Oh dear. That was enough excitement for a day. Be still, my beating heart. Well, we didn't get to see whatever her dialogue was after we beat her because, well, all that bullshit had happened. I was interested to see how she would react. Alright, we gotta mess around with our squad a little bit because everyone's really messed up bad. Ooh, that was responsive. Hopefully I don't get attacked because I'm gonna look over the ledge before I start heading back. Fuck off. Like, that was my first fucking step in the bush. Jesus. Hey. Hey, that's a little bit more responsive. I think they did a quick restart and it kicked everyone out, not just me, because this is how it is when that happens normally. Hey, a bird. Please mind the edge and keep an eye on the Temtem for small children. Oh, I can't jump off? Maybe later I can. Okay, I gotta get the hell out of here. Wait, is this a town? Oh my god, I finally fucking made it. Never mind, I can just heal here. Hey, hey, hey! Give me that Dratini! That motherfucker has a Dratini! I will steal the shit out of that Dratini. Team Rocket, bitch. And I just barely made it without having to go back. What? I think I was using this one before, though. It's hard to say which one I want more. That bigger HP I like. The speed isn't really that meaningful. The bigger attack and the bigger special attack. Ah, this is the one I wanted because this special attack is much bigger. So that's why I wanted this one. Okay, good. Hi. Are you in line? No, I'm just looking. Go ahead. I did heal, right? I think I did. Let's do it again now, just in case. A new customer. Good day. Bye. Smoke bomb. The best loved Chipinki firework. The puff of smoke allows you to get back to the Temporium in a safe place. Oh, it's like a teleport. And it's absurdly fucking expensive. I can't afford it. Like everything else. The only thing I can afford is Temtem cards. Excuse me. What town is this? Arisola? Maybe? Ah, that's weird. These Temporiums are so similar to each other. I can never tell. I guess it's the price of progress? Alright. So we're all healed up. Oh! You motherfucking Starline motherfucker. Give me that fucking shit! I will kill you! Team Rocket, bitch! She's got a Luma bird. I'll kill you! It even glows when it leaves a trail. You fucker! Ursula, thank you for helping us keep it clean. Can I throw shit on the ground? Temporium, gifted bridges north. Oh wait, I need to get a Temtem. What did he say he wanted? Daedalus needs a Barnshee? A Barnshee? Okay, I don't have a Barnshee. Okay. I thought he said he looked at my deck and he decided that's what he needed. I thought he decided based on what was in my deck. I don't have a Barnshee. This is all good. We'll keep our eye out and finish it whenever we can. What the hell? I think that's the money symbol. The geyser is the last reminder of how Hatless Hill would have looked before Arisola was built on the flat top. Natural springs like this are one of the originates all the Thalassian cliffs, especially near the source of the upper Indigo. The poet, wow, this is still going. Unreadable name, chemical wetting, wind of water. Syphilic. Okay. More pragmatically, they provide drinking water to most of the West Coast. Geysers that have drinking water? That's crazy. And breathe fire on anyone who gives this awesome game a bad review. It deserves a bad review, unfortunately. The online is unplayable at the moment. Like, you shouldn't launch an unplayable game. We're in day 2 of unplayableness. Like, it's only playable in spurts, basically. Like, and then it'll go straight back to several minutes of load time anytime you do any action. That's not good. That's very bad. Now we're in the Solario. Has that man gone? Oh, hello. Welcome, dear guests. What can I do for you this fine day? What's wrong? What do you do? Sorry, I have stuff to do. What's wrong? Well, to be honest, I sent Starvos to check out some new furniture for the lobby, and he's not back yet. I've seen him. It's been ages. It's always he's left me here to take care of the business by myself with the huge group of tourists. What do you do? I'm Luca, co-worker of the Arsorian Place Hotel. This hotel here, we provide the best service in town to our many happy visitors. Would you like a room in the something cliffs views? Or a suite looking overlooking the blah blah blah? Nope. I can't say yes. So, sorry, I have stuff to do. Enjoy yourself. Please come back. Alright. Any stuff I can steal? Wait, is that an item? Damn. I'm trying to read. Would you mind leaving me alone? It's just walking to people's house. Please, I'm reading. Like, people get real pissed in this game. You walk into their house, they're like, what the fuck, dude? Go away. Can you not go into this house, or does it go that far over? Wow, this town is massive. What the fuck? Where am I? Oh my god, why is this town so damn big? Okay. We got a clothing store. A quest. The Temtem place, and something important. A dirigible. Air balloon. I just like the word dirigible. You get very few chances to say something like such a weird sounding word. I had to take it. Oh. Someone likes the pig. Are you gonna ask me why I'm sitting here? No, it's your house after all. Why are you sitting here? There we go again. That sofa looks comfy. Oh, you had to be one of them. And you could watch TV too. What if I prefer to watch the window, huh? You haven't thought about that, genius. Nonsense. Ha! I am perfectly comfortable in this chair. Thank you very much. Get wrecked. Imagine them reading that dialogue as I'm spinning. I love this. I don't know why. It's just really fun to spin. He's like, my turn. It's addictive. The TV doesn't seem like anything's on the TV. It's just a blank screen. This guy's freaking out about people. I like how the people acknowledge that they're being harassed by hordes of people. Like, oh god, here's another one. Hell yeah, I can stab me somebody and take their damn Luma. Oh well, they won't let me take the knife. What? There's nothing in the trash can? Aw. Where was that book again? I'm trying to find a book. But my mom has rearranged them from cover by cover color? Why? It's a sensible idea. Hell no, it's not. Which one? And like that, is she colorblind? Oh, you wouldn't know it. It's a sensible idea. Good luck. And fuck you for thinking I wouldn't know it, you asshole. At least I'm not colorblind. That makes no sense. I'm dying from cognitive dissonance. Shut up. You're dying from stupidity. That's what you're dying from. And colorblindness. Damn asshole being rude to me. Normally I wouldn't make fun of someone who's colorblind, but he deserved it. Bastard. Wait, what's the point in this little area here? Give me a little item for coming back here or something. Man, I'm not being rewarded for any exploration so far. Like, reward me! I've done an awful lot of exploring in this town and haven't got rewarded at all yet. Not this singlest time. tiniest little bit of reward for all this exploring. Excuse me, are you looking for tickets? The ticket office? That's not. This is not it. Just sorry. Just go to the terminal to the west. Airship. What about them? How do I get to an airship? Yeah, airship. What about them? Well, what about them? They're big, bouncy, filled with hot air, I guess, and the crews are always coming and going, and it can be pretty noisy sometimes. Not nice when I'm trying to sleep. Sure you got this property cheaply then. You again? This is not the ticket office for the airship. Just go to the airship terminal. Where's the airship terminal? West of here. You'll see the walls and all. Do you like airships? I mean, sure, nothing against them, but they unload a flock of loud tourists in the middle of the night right next to my window. Well. You again? Bye. Man, still no reward. This game is the first one I've seen where the NPCs actually care you're in their house. This game is amazing for that. Yeah, it's pretty rare to see that in an RPG. Most RPGs, they don't even really acknowledge it. They're just like, it's like you're a coworker, right? In an office, and like you've gone into the break room and you're talking to them, right? I wonder what's going to be special about this place. Ooh, trash can. I found an item in a trash can once, so I keep checking them now, but I haven't found any others. I click on a lot of stuff, hoping to find something. Let me try E too, not just F. Alright. Have you tried Berkfriend's cooking? He's improving. Ahem. Welcome, come in. We're about to have lunch. Come to join us? Sure, why not? This is how you eat in this world. Give me a minute to finish my stew, and I'll make some coffee. No! Give me food! You said you serve food! And now for some coffee. Where? Lies! Fake news! I've been bamboozled! Ooh, that's a nice reward. Thank you, Godzilla. Alright, so another house up here that was already locked. We've checked out... I think we've checked out all the houses on the bottom. Could be wrong. Just to make sure. We'll, like, pop in and pop out. See, they have skirts. I need one for my character. How do you like comic books? Hey, do you like comics? Of course. Then you know what I'm talking about. The last issue of Indria's Quest is coming out next week. No way! It's this week? Yeah, did you read the last issue? The last story was a total cliffhanger, and I can't wait to see how she escapes from the King of Arbory and clears her name for the murder of Cecilu. Where do I get it? Dude, that's the problem. It's going to be published in Chiphanku first. It's going to be months until we get it in Deniz. Maybe I can get one for you. Oh, wow. Would you do that? I'm a fellow Erdrian Quest fan. Dude, we are the nicest fandom ever. Thank you so much. Just made my day. I'll go to Chipanku then. Wait, that's a long way, and it might be for nothing. I have a better plan. I know a bookshop where you might find it. Look for Tauzian books in Yoharu. In Kasiwa? I will. Excellent. To Kasiwa then. Go forth, mighty Indariafan. Okay. I think this one's AFK. I don't know why, it's just pleasing. Yes, Particle, he knows the way. The spinny butt seat way. He's one of us. Don't let Lara send you on some fool's errand. Too late. Surely can't shut up. Good morning, visitor. First time in Arcia? First time, yes. I envied you then. I wish I could see Arcia through your eyes for the first time. So many lovely details that we take for granted. That's why we can't enjoy it anymore. What the hell are you talking about? You certainly sound like you're enjoying it. Okay. You're back again. Leave me alone. I just want to look at my fucking window in peace. Hey, we haven't been in this one. Scree! No! They won't let me talk to the one up there. Symmetry is broken. I must spin to please my booty and myself. Ah, relaxing. Oh, fuck! Look at this fucker! Get in my pocket! Team Rocket, bitch! They love trolling, don't they? Damn it. Has someone been breeding them in this house? Is that what they're trying to simulate? Or is it just these bastards have taken over this house? They've taken over, man. This is their house. Like, this is just straight up their house. I'm glad I decided to check the bottoms again, because I wasn't sure I had checked them all. Okay. Can't make him wake up. Oh well. As open, you could just keep bothering him until he woke up. He's like, ah, what the hell? Exactly. That was what I was hoping. Remember, always clean your hands after playing with Temtem. I know. I know everything. You can never wash your hands too much. Untrue. You can like literally wash your skin off. This is the last one we checked over here with the Super Luma Legendy. And we checked this one first, right? Or no, we walked past this, I guess? No, wait, we did. Oh, yeah, look at that. I totally didn't check this one. I totally missed a house. I skipped this house here, totally. I went from this one straight to past this one. Alright, so we have a lot of NPCs here to talk to. But we have one more house to check before we need to check the hangar in this one. Wait, did we not check the hangar? I thought I checked it already. No, I definitely skipped that one. Alright, so NPCs. We just got a lot of them. Let's start, where's the entrance? Okay, here we go. One of the first I would talk to would be this one. Have a nice walk. Is that your kid? Wait, who would be his kid? What's up? Too much as far as I'm concerned. There's always something going up in this town, but me. I'm just keeping an eye on Lana. I just said Lana. While I read papers. Hello, Ken. Is that your kid? Yes, her name is Lana. She's, well, just look at her. She's such a vivid imagination. Playing with her is exhausting. She never tires of making things up in her mind. This one? Oh. Hey, let's play Temtem. You're too young for battles. Where are your Temtem? Dad says I'm too young for Temtem, so I'm pretending to be a Temtem. You can play with me, but only if you know your Temtem very well. Okay, I'll play with you. Look now, I'm a Totoro. Can you see me? Of course. What a great Temtem you are. Team Rocket cheats. The fuck? Taro? What the fuck did he say? You're so fiery. You're so fast. Which is what I think it is. You're so fast. You're so tall. Alright, here we go. It's tall? Oh, I'm glad I looked that shit up. You're so tall. Yes! Look, I can see over everyone's head. Zoom, 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 blam. Team Rocket, cheating always pays off. Now look, I'm a Laula. Now, flit, flit, flit. Gasp! So fast. Yes! Oh, I'm flying very fast. I can see the other side of the river from here. Nobody can catch me. And now, you. Oh, whoa. You actually have to pick something. And you could be wrong. You have to pick this. I'm a Kalazu. Watch me. I'm transforming into Loli. Now I'm Saku. So look, I'm Kalazu. Oh! Watch my tentacles. Oh, yeah. That's terrible. Another one. Another one. Okay, so now I have a sword and we're fencing. Defend yourself, Sapat. I'll beat you with my sail. I'll beat you with my katana. I'll beat you with my tanto. I breathe fire, says Godzilla. Nice. This is the best answer. Why does so many people not wear clothing? Alright, I'll beat you with my sail. Or sai. Oh no! You won, Saipat. Haha, that was fun. Hey, you're pretty cool for a grown-up. Here, you can have my kiwi. I don't like them. Get wrecked, video game! I am the greatest Temtem trainer of all time. First try, 10 out of 10. Energetic kiwi. Delicious Omninesia kiwis. Was your furry little bites was your bites of sweetness and restores 25% stamina. Okay. I'm done playing with you. Leave me with my Temtem. Jesus Christ, I thought you were the Temtem. Incredible. You managed to entertain Liliam for a while. You are truly good with children, my friend. Have a nice day. Oh, I thought he was going to reward me too. That was going to be awesome. I'm going to save this one for last. Yeah, that's the dojo. Oh, Sophia, my love. My love. We will save Sophia for last. Oh, Sophia. You must be ready for Sophia. We didn't talk to her. But when we booked this apartment, it said that it had a bathroom. So wait, darling, did you actually check? Yo, they're acknowledging that there's no bathrooms. I did. Well, I mean, it's only logical, right? Oh dear. I can't believe it. Wow. I'm afraid this place doesn't have a bathroom. I should have checked before booking. Yo, no place has a bathroom in this game, dude. They acknowledge that the game does not have bathrooms. People poop in this game. But yet there's no place to poop. Where does the poop go, I tell you? Now we know why Temtem exists in this world. They eat the poop. They are the toilets. Get wrecked. Alright, it's time to switch to Twitch, everybody. Alright, let's see. Steam live edit. Twitch. We streamed here longer than normal, but that's because the game was so unstable. Just like last time, I wanted to get into some decent amount of gameplay before I actually switched over. So I'm gonna finish talking to the NPCs, then do the gym battle, and with my love, and then we're probably gonna get the surfboard from her because she had the surfboard. The game told me when I tried to talk to another NPC, said they sold the last one to her, so I'm probably gonna get it from her. Alright, so I will see you guys on Twitch for those of you who joined me there, which will hopefully be everybody. I will see you all there. I wonder why you can't chat on Twitch, Godzilla. It's there's a mobile app for it and everything. Normally people can do Twitch too, but sorry to hear that you can't do that, Godzilla. But there's no possibility of ever growing, only dying on YouTube, so I have to do what I have to do. YouTube isn't made for streaming. They don't promote streaming anymore. They might change that policy sometime, but for now they just don't promote it. You can't find live streams unless you are already subscribed or you specifically tell it to only show you live streams. There we go. Alright, so I'll see you guys later on Twitch. Well, not later on, like I'm literally stopping and starting Twitch right away. And then we just get the dashboard open, refresh, pop out chat. Want to make sure I have everything ready so we can just start playing right away. Have a nice one, Godzilla. Sorry. Thanks for following Naughty on Twitch. Later. For those who can't make it.